Hello, everybody. I'm Jordan, and I work at the on the product team at Summer. And this is
Frank, also on the product team and with Summer for over 3 years now, and enjoying working with Jordan every day.
likewise. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go over this Spark migration from the Spark front end to Summer, and we're gonna talk about why it's great, how to do it, and also we're gonna sort of walk through what the experience is like after doing it. So you might be, or you definitely are, maybe thinking to yourself, "Hey, I have this Spark position." And you might be doing a bunch of things manually today, or you might be afraid of liquidation. And we are at Summer really about trying to improve or really make the experience of interacting with DeFi protocols a lot more seamless. So that's really what we want to talk about today and answer this one very simple question of, hey, why should you switch to Summer if you have a position on Spark? So at a very high level, we basically think that Spark is great, but it can be a lot better if you switch to Summer. So couple of reasons why it's really, it can be really great to switch to Summer from your just really like kind of basic, so to say, Spark position. Is the first thing, it can be really anxiety inducing to be worried about liquidation. So if you have a borrow position or really any type of position where you're borrowing anything against collateral, you have this notion or this risk of liquidation. And even if your liquidation price is really low, in a lot of senses, you can be leaving a lot of things on the table. Like, wouldn't you want to be accessing all or quite a bit of the available to borrow asset that you can borrow, instead of like being extremely conservative because of sort of an unnecessary risk, which is the risk of liquidation. And Summer has, one of the most trusted, if not the most trusted, stop losses in DeFi. Another reason why it's really great to switch to Summer is that it makes it really easy to multiply your exposure. So today, if you want to sort of amplify your exposure to, let's say, ETH, if your collateral is ETH or wrap BTC or something like that, you have to do a bunch of transactions to do this. And with Summer, it's just one transaction and boom, it's done. It's done for you. So it just makes it really seamless, really easy to do. And we also have a very specific dedicated UI for that gives you all the information that you want to know. How much borrowing power do you have? How much like, what is your multiple exposure? What is your P&L? It's truly the best place in DeFi to do that, to amplify your exposure. Now, in concert with that, but also within borrow positions, is that you can have access to really advanced automation, which is something that you definitely don't have access to on the Spark front end, because they're focused on what they should be focused on, which is creating an excellent world-class protocol. And what we're focused on is making access to these protocols really, really, really sort of excellent and world-class ourselves. And part of that is really being able to deliver these kind of advanced automation. So that's hands-off management of your position. No more worrying about or like going to your position and trying to figure out, oh, what should I do? How do I manage this? You just set it up one time and our automation takes care of it. That's auto sell. So being able to sort of reduce your risk as the market is selling off. That's auto buy, being able to buy more collateral as the market goes up. And that's auto take profit, being able to gradually realize profits over time. So as the price goes up, you realize a little bit, as much as you want over time. And same thing with sort of being able to do this sort of yield loop strategy on Spark, where today, if you want to do that on the Spark front end, it's just really time consuming to do that. But you can do it in just one transaction on Summer. And it'll be done for you, where you have all the sort of information that you need to know right in front of you.
Thanks a lot, Jordan, for that introduction of why a user should switch their Spark position into Summer. So right now I have a Spark position. Its net worth is $159. It's 0.1 ETH and some debt in DAI. So this is eligible for the Spark airdrop as well. So if I look at this on Summer, like how you can find it is you go to Summer.fi, you connect your wallet, and then you can go to your portfolio, and you will see this migrate option over here, and also available to migrate over here. You can click either one, so let's click this one. So this is already how your position will look like also after switching. So we already show the information that's the same as on Spark with your liquidation. With the addition of the liquidation price, with the loan to value, the collateral deposited, and the position depth is completely the same as in Spark. And also, this position just earns the Spark tokens and will be distributed to the users. Like Summer.fi doesn't take anything of that. There's more information about borrowing on Spark here, and this is on the protection and the optimization tab. This is where you will find your automations, and your history is currently empty because this is a Spark position and not a Summer.fi position yet. So let's make it a Summer.fi position by importing it. So to import or migrate your position, you click to switch to Summer, and the first thing you need to do is create a smart DeFi account. So let's set that up first. So I'm confirming this transaction. And what this smart DeFi account is that this allows you to give the automation the permission to execute on your behalf, so that like you can set and forget your position without the worry of liquidation. Now I need to set up an allowance, so let me just set up the unlimited allowance because I'm not going to use the Spark frontend anymore after this, so I don't care that I have a limited allowance set up for it. So this is setting the allowance from the user, from your user to your proxy. So to your smart DeFi account that you just created. All right, so that transaction is complete. Now we'll do the import transaction itself. Gas is currently quite high, so you can see that the estimated transaction cost is high. We always overestimate it by sharing the actual gas cost that we're sending to the chain, but in Ethereum there's the possibility that you get a lower due to how like the EIP 1559 and like the base fee works in Ethereum. All right, so it's all done. So the import is completed, and we are now ready for the position. So let's go to the position. It reloads the page because your actual position is now on like your smart DeFi account. So it assigns you a number that's related to your smart DeFi account. And here I can manage the position. There's the protection tab where I can set up auto sell. And for stop loss, there's the regular stop loss and the trailing stop loss. And then for optimizations, there's the auto buy that I can set up. If I want to easily just adjust the risk of this position, I can go to the adjust tab and decrease or increase my risk, and I will see my new loan to value, my liquidation price, and all of that other jazz. I can also close my position, closing to ETH or closing to DAI, and it will be as easy as that.
When would a user want to come here to do this, and like why is this so much better than kind of manually trying to multiply your exposure, say on the Spark front end, or even in the borrow view within Summer?
Yes, so in relation to the borrow view, like this UX is really targeted towards multiply exposure. So what that means is right now, for example, it will show a profit and loss because this position has just been migrated. It shows a profit and loss of 0. But if you are actively getting extra exposure by swapping DAI for extra ETH collateral, you will see this profit and loss go up or down. And we don't show that in the borrow experience because like in borrow, like Summer.fi has no knowledge of what you are doing with those borrowed funds. So we have no way of showing an accurate profit and loss for you. We also show the multiple here. So currently this position has a multiple of 2.12, and that's entirely based on the loan to value as well. So if we were to go to, let's say, 75%, that means that you would go to a multiple of 4 afterwards. So you can do all of this in just one transaction. I can adjust this risk, and I would be at a 4x multiple.
Wow, 4x in a click, basically.
4x in a click.
Wow, okay, amazing. I know we don't want to run this out too long, so I just have 2 other questions for you. Really around this experience of going from Spark on the Spark front end to here on Summer. Those 2 things are, 1, advanced automation. I'd love for you to just briefly walk me through, like, if I switch here, like, okay, what can I do with these advanced automations? How do they work in 30 seconds? And the second thing is really about sort of the everything else, like, what else is here on Summer? But we can talk about that second. There's something specific I want to ask there.
Yes. All right. So in terms of the automations, there's in the protection tab you will find auto sell, but also the stop losses. So for the stop losses, there's the regular stop loss and then the trailing stop loss. And especially like I will go a little bit into detail between these 2. So a regular stop loss just stops you out at a certain dynamic price or LTV. But the trading stop loss, that will actually follow, like if the price goes up, your trading stop price also moves up. So you set a distance from the current market price, and that distance is being used to determine what your trading stop price is. So in an upwards moving market, like we are in right now, then your trading stop will move up with the market. It's lovely. I have this on my own position, and that works great.
With these stop losses that you mentioned there, does it go to collateral, or can I go to any other token, or how does, like, what will I be stopped out to exactly?
You can close to collateral, and then the collateral will remain in the Spark protocol, so that after it's executed, you can immediately move your multiple back up to whatever you desire. So if you are just afraid of like big dips, then you can put in a trailing stop, make sure that like you get stopped out at the levels you want. And then when you feel comfortable with the market again, you can just move the slider to the right and be exposed again.
Can I like, let's say I have a stable coin or something that I want to close to, can I also do that? Or
yes, so you can close, as I said, close and remain in Spark, or you can close to the debt asset, and for Spark that's often DAI. So you can close to DAI, and this DAI will be sent to your wallet.
wow, okay, awesome.
So on the optimization tab, we have the auto buy, and auto buy is a recurring buy order that you set by selecting a trigger LTV and then a target LTV. So for example, I would want to buy at, let's say, 45% if my position reaches that, and then I want to go to 50%, or and I don't want a threshold, like I don't care about a maximum buy price, and then I can add this trigger. The cool thing about these automated triggers is that you are not paying anything for the subscription outside of the gas that it costs. So like you are only paying a fee to Summer in the case that any of these triggers get executed, and you will not pay fees otherwise. We also didn't go into the fees for the migration itself, but the migration is completely free outside of the fixed gas cost that you have.
Okay. Do we have any other any other automations coming down? Like, what can people look forward to?
Yes, so the partial take profit is going to be live very soon, also for Spark, and it's an exciting one. And if you've closed out your position to ETH or to DAI, and you want to do something else, there are many more protocols and positions that you can go to and open a new one with your funds.
Lovely. Last point I just want to make here, if you could go to the portfolio, very similar to what you were just talking about there, Frank, is I think this is a really great way to oh, maybe this is a bug here.
Yeah. Beautiful. It might be because it's like I have these two positions that are both migrated, and we didn't test it. So, okay. It resolved itself. I don't know what was up. This is also staging. So let's move back to the initial question again.
Yeah, so I think just one last thing, so start from here. I think just one last thing to talk about. I think, as we mentioned, how these protocols are really focused on being world-class protocols, security, safety, the economic design, all of these different things, the features. But similarly, Summer is really focused on being a world-class place to access these protocols. And here you can see that it's not just Spark that you can have access to. You can have access to Aave. You can have access to Ajna. You can have access to Maker if you'd like. You can have access to Morpho Blue, and a lot more. Only the top tier protocols that you will see here in Summer. And this is just another reason why, hey, you can do all of these different things on Spark with your Spark position, but you can also access these other different protocols all in one place. And we can also surface your wallet. So if you want to go and say, hey, I got, let's see here, I got some, dog coin on base, maybe you can, for example, create an Ajna pool with that, or some other asset. You can learn where or what you can do with it. So you never have to be second guessing, hey, what protocol should I use and what can I do with my assets? Those questions are non-existent on Summer.fi. So yeah, we really hope that that you migrate your position to Summer from Spark, and that you enjoy the experience.
Thanks a lot for taking me through this journey, Jordan.
My pleasure.